Good day, everyone. I am Clarissa Noria, a B.Ed 2B student and one of the reporters for Chapter 8. So, my topic is all about the printing press and beyond. In this discussion, we will talk about how the printing press changed the world, from how people shared their ideas in the past to how we people today communicate in the digital age. Before we start, let me ask you something. Can you imagine a world without books, newspapers, or even printed notes? A world where only a few people can read and learn because everything has to be written by hand. That's what life was like before the printing press was invented. But one amazing invention changed everything. It gave everyone the power to learn, share, and spread ideas. And that's what we're going to explore today. The power of the idus. The power of the idus or idea would be witnessed in the succeeding centuries of development in the West. The ancient fascination with language gave rise to the preservation of the words of earlier people. In other words, class, the word eidos means idea. In ancient times, kuno, people already believed that ideas are powerful. They can influence people and change the world. Throughout this dark period, the importance of the word, the power to be informed as a human being, led to the transmission of ideas through hand copying. From this manual action would arise the technology that would transform cultures, the printing press. Since there were no printing machines yet, people hand-copied books to preserve important knowledge. Can you believe that, everyone? This dedication inspired the invention of the printing press. For example, it's like when you take notes in class to remember important lessons. Do you know that back then, monks copied books carefully so the knowledge would not be lost, just like how we take notes today, just to remember what we learn. And that's the power of IDES or idea. Moving on, development of the printing press. The development of the printing press, which may be regarded as the beginning of true revolutions, could be dated to the 15th century. Through this technology, the ancient Greek idea that knowledge should be shared and communicated among humans would actually be done on a scale unimagined by its thinkers. In other words, everyone, the printing press was developed in the 1440 and marked the beginning of a real revolution. It made book printing faster and easier, allowing more people to read and learn. For example, it's like similar to how we share information today in social media. During that time, the printing press was their version of the share button, helping ideas reach many people quickly. The inventor, Johannes Gutenberg. Johannes Gutenberg was a goldsmith from Germany. When we say goldsmith, it is someone who shapes and crafts things out of gold or silver. Gutenberg invented the printing press. A printing press is a device that applies pressure to an inked surface lying on a print medium such as cloth or paper to transfer ink. In this moment, everyone, let's take a watch how printing press works. When Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press, and it really changed the way people shared knowledge. He used movable metal letters and arranged them to make words and pages. Then, he rolled ink made from soot and linseed oil over the letters. This made ink sticky so it would stick to the letters and transfer nicely to the paper. After that, A sheet of paper was placed on top, and the screw press pressed it down. When the paper was lifted, the words were printed. This process could be repeated many times, making books faster to make and easier for everyone to read. For example, everyone, think of it like an early version of our printer nowadays. Instead of typing and pressing print, Gutenberg had to arrange each letter by hand. But do you know that his invention really changed the history? Wow! What kuan you know ma tawag yun ito ba na Gutenberg is a really hardworking man. As the printing press was invented, it was the beginning of mass communication. When we say mass communication, it means sending information to many people at once. The printing press made this possible with books, newspapers, and more. For example, everyone, it's like posting a story on Instagram or maybe on TikTok. Everyone who follows you can see it at the same time. Back then, printed pages were how people got news or shared ideas with a large audience. Moving on, social and cultural impact. Since books became cheaper and easier to find after the printing press was invented, more people learned to read. This gave ordinary citizens access to knowledge that was once only for the rich or powerful. It caused big social and cultural changes. One example is the Bible. When it was printed in different languages, everyone could read and understand it, not just the priest. But this helped people think and learn for themselves. The world has never looked back. After the printing press, everyone, knowledge continued to grow. Scientists shared ideas through printed works, leading to more discoveries and new inventions just like the electricity, radio, and television. The Age of Information. In the age of information, the transmission of ideas has undergone changes. Meaning and depth are no longer conveyed strictly by rhetoric, but rather by its electronic replacement, the digital signal or digit. Such a digital world is a direct offspring of the progressing world of technology built upon the many advances in science. Today, we live in the information age, where ideas are shared through technology like phones, laptops, computers, and the internet. Instead of printed books, we now use digital tools to learn and communicate faster. Diba? Example, when we watch online classes, or kani atong gibuhat, and e-books, or even chat on social media, we continue what we started with the printing press, spreading ideas, but now through screens instead of paper. Understood? From handwritten books to printed pages, and now to digital screens, the way we share ideas has changed, but the goal is the same, to learn and connect. The printing press didn't just print words, it printed change, and that change continues to shape our modern world today. Once again, I am Clarissa Noria, a B.Ed 2B student, and that concludes my report on Chapter 8, The Printing Press and Beyond. Thank you for listening, and always remember everyone, even one simple idea can truly change the world.